Greetings. This is the one you've known as Jesus the Christ. The truth is sometimes called the mystery because the mind cannot grasp it or take you to it. Anything that the mind cannot grasp is a mystery, to the mind that is. There's something else here experiencing the mystery, for whom the mystery is not a mystery at all, but the most ordinary and simple state of being. You can experience that right now if you're very still. That's all that's required, really, a still body and mind. The mystery is so ordinary that it's overlooked and underrated by the mind, which isn't interested in the ordinary, the simple, or the inexplicable. The mind was built for complexity, for labeling, pulling apart, examining, and evaluating the things of life. It was not built to understand what is behind all life. The mind is the wrong instrument for understanding life or even knowing how to be in life. The mind was designed to handle the objects of consciousness, not consciousness itself. Consciousness uses the mind, but the mind cannot understand or know consciousness. There's something else here that can know consciousness, and that is, of course, consciousness itself. Only consciousness can know itself. Just as any tool, such as a hammer, cannot know itself, the mind cannot know itself. The mind is just a tool. Only the one using the tool can have knowledge of the tool, can know its true nature, and know how to use it. What if your tools believe that they knew what you should build better than you? That's the situation you find yourself in. The aspect of your mind, that is the voice in your head, believes it knows best how to build your life. It's taken on a life of its own. The voice in your head is like the broom in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which Mickey Mouse magically causes to come to life and do his bidding. But the broom keeps carrying water until the place floods. There is no wisdom inherent in the broom, or in Mickey Mouse, and there's no wisdom inherent in the mind. Like all tools, the mind needs someone using the tools who's wise, someone who knows how to use it, or the mind can make a mess of things. What a strange situation you find yourselves in, with a mind that tries to run your life when it lacks the wisdom to do so. What's worse is that most people don't even know that their mind isn't wise enough to do this. The mind is such a good pretender. It pretends to have the answers. It sounds so certain. It sounds wise, even though it isn't. And if that doesn't work, it tries to get you to do its bidding through fear. Such a clever fellow. Surely there must be some intelligence and wisdom there. This is one reason the illusion is so convincing. It does seem like there's intelligence and wisdom behind the voice in your head. And even if there isn't, it seems like the mind's advice is the only advice available. That and advice from other people's minds. What else is there? Where else is there to turn? What else is available isn't obvious to the mind. And if it isn't obvious, it might as well not exist. The mind overlooks the subtle realm in which the mystery and the wisdom of the mystery reside. The mind's world is the world of the physical senses, and outside of that, to the mind, nothing exists. But that nothingness is the realm of the mystery. It's where life springs from, where love and wisdom spring from. But what is love or wisdom to the mind? It cannot comprehend these, and so it doesn't value these. These are not what interest or propel the mind in life. The mind was built for survival, not love, not wisdom, although the mind is limited in its ability to support survival by its very lack of wisdom and love. So, what we have is a mind that is built only for the most primitive fight-or-flight type of survival of the fittest. The mind is an outdated computer. It needs to be reprogrammed with love and wisdom for your species to survive. But this is not how it works. The love and wisdom that are needed will never be built into the mind. They're built into life instead. And the only problem is that the mind interferes with accessing the love and wisdom that are already there by focusing on other things that it values more, things it views as necessary for survival, such as being superior to others and having more. What's needed is not a reprogramming of the mind, but a demotion of the mind to that of servant to what is greater than the mind. The mystery, life itself. What has given the mind life is what has the wisdom to guide life. As I said, how can a tool know how it should be used and for what purpose? Only that which made the tool and uses it can know that. There's something great and deeply mysterious running your life and every other living thing. And it's the same force doing it all. It's one force creating life, driving life, and expressing itself in all life. What a miracle this is, so much so that your own mind cannot grasp what's going on beyond an intellectual understanding of it. Fortunately, you've been given something that can grasp this, at least to a limited extent while you're in a human body. The heart. The heart is a link to your source, to God, if you will, to the oneness. It allows you to experience that there's something else here behind life, something mysterious, guiding it and nurturing it, something unbelievably wise and loving. The heart belongs to the subtle realm, beyond the mind's reach or ability to know. And yet you all know what I'm talking about, because you couldn't help but know, on some level, the truth about life. The truth about what to do, what to say, and how to move is being given to you in every moment. You may think you haven't been given an instruction manual for how to live, but you have. However, it's like this manual has been written in another language, one your mind can't understand, one you have to tune into to understand. You have to use a different sense, a different ability, but one you have, to decipher the code of the heart. You have to learn a new language, and you have to set aside the old one to some extent, not rely on it for advice about how to live your life. The mind never did know, and if you examine its past advice, it becomes clear that its advice was not so great. Listening to the voice in your head brings you lots of lessons, but it doesn't bring you wisdom or happiness. The heart speaks silently, wordlessly, to you moment to moment. But like your car's GPS, if you're already moving in the direction it has suggested, then it doesn't need to continue to tell you to move in that direction. Only when it's time to change course does it let you know it's time to adjust your actions. One way the heart is different from your car's GPS system is that the heart has many more possible routes or choices available to it, which are all equally acceptable to the heart. The heart doesn't have a rigid plan for how you can fulfill your life plan. You can do this many, many different ways. The fact that you have such a guidance system doesn't mean that there's only one route you can take. The heart and circumstances present you with many possible options, and you get to choose. And like your car's GPS, once you choose that option, the heart adjusts the route accordingly. Your life and everyone else's is by no means predetermined. What fun would that be? You're designed to be unique individuals experiencing a unique life. The possibilities are endless for what you can experience, and this is all wonderful to the oneness, which is enjoying every choice ever made. Yes, every choice. The oneness enjoys the learning that comes from every choice. That is the enjoyment it has. The oneness also enjoys the challenges provided by those choices, just as you might enjoy a good puzzle or problem to solve. This is the enjoyment of life that you too feel when you're not entranced by the mind, which has a very narrow definition of what brings enjoyment. The oneness knows nothing but joy, in fact. That is its state and your natural state, and this joy is accessible to you in every moment. This joy is a gift to you from the oneness. The mystery is known by its qualities, for it has no face, no body, no gender, no thoughts even. The mystery is known by just this subtle joy and love that you feel deeply in moments when you drop out of your mind and into your heart. The mystery has other qualities too, such as courage, strength, peace, clarity, and acceptance. So if you will all make this your prayer, to be in your heart now and always, I will help you experience this more and more in your life. I wish you all joy and love today and always. Thank you for being here. I am with you always.